Howdy, y'all.
Hi, guys.
It's Ryan.
And Angela.
From old school RNA music.
Yeah, that's real old school.
It is. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Yep.
Ellis. Anyways. All right. Back to Ask RNA.
Ask Ryan
Number
and
2.
Angela.
Ask Ryan and Angela.
Yeah.
You ask questions, we answer them.
That's what we do.
All right, let's jump right into it because
Okay.
I'm going to stay on topic today. I got my timer. Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Brian Alenza. He says, I'd be so excited if you could explain scale length. I have a 24.75 scale now, but I'm looking to upgrade and totally confused about all the different neck lengths.
Me too.
Pros and cons for the beginner, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, scale
I don't
length.
understand that either.
Well, I am going to explain it right now. Well, scale length on guitars, it's the distance between like the nut of the guitar and the 12th fret, and they double that. And that's what the scale length is. So on a Gibson-ish style guitar, that 24.75, it's kind of that distance there.
Okay.
So it's a little bit shorter scale length, and then like PRS has a 25-inch scale length, and then most Fenders have a 25.5. So the necks are like longer by fractions of inches. The differences really are on the 24.75 tends to be sometimes a little bit warmer sounding, people say, and the strings are a bit easier to bend.
Right.
Yeah, and then the 25.5-inch scale, which is the longer one, there's a lot more tension on the strings. So like when you're doing bends and stuff, it's a little bit harder. They're a little stiffer. Sometimes people say that the strings sound has a little bit brighter sound. And then the 25-inch scale is something that PRS came up with. That's kind of right in between. You have Gibson at 24 3/4, then Fender at 25.5, and then PRS just split the difference.
Yes.
So
and Hogwarts 9 3/4.
Yes. So I mean that's the difference. Pros and cons. You know, a lot of it for me comes down to feel. Like I learned to play guitar on one that was 24 3/4. So when I was learning as a kid to play guitar, that's what I had. So that feels like home to me. Plus I have sort of like normal sized hands. Not like not like your dad who has ginormous hands.
Yeah.
He would, like a 25.5 would be good
I have
for
big
him.
hands.
You have Ryan sized hands.
Yeah, but you're a man.
Yeah.
For a girl, I have big hands. I can grip a basketball.
You can. So it kind of comes down to, for me, it's all about the feel. Some people debate about the sound. Now you could use heavier gauge strings, lighter gauge strings to compensate for that. But yeah, that's about the gist of it. I would go, if you get a chance, go grab a couple of guitars, different scale lengths, and just play them and see how they feel to you, man. Yeah. But great question. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Let's see. Next. Let's see. We're catching a couple of questions from 2 weeks ago and some of the other ones. So, Chase Rogers says, "Yes, thank you so much for acknowledging my fantasy football
He's so
question."
Excited.
So excited, all caps. Where can I buy a shirt that says "RNA taps my coil"? Well, you probably can't buy one that says that.
Yeah.
That would be funny though. We talked about making some Weedly
yeah,
RNA
I think
shirts.
That would be as far as we can go.
That might be pushing it. So,
yeah.
You can right now on the website rna-music.com. We're sold out of shirts on there. I have some more shirts coming today, actually. Not this one. You can't get this. This is vintage,
It's
old school. But we'll have some regular kind of RNA shirts, the Force shirts and the Phoenix tees up on the website. Maybe in a couple of days.
Really
limited quantities, so you gotta act fast. But yeah. So no RNA taps my coil. Well, that would be funny though. I bet I could do that.
I mean, I would like to have like a mug that has it on there. That'd be cool.
I'm gonna answer a 2-in-1 here. Colin Smith says, "Hey Ryan, are you getting any Panama Shamans anytime soon? I've been pretty interested in them and would like to try it out." And also Sean Davis from Riff of the Day says, "Hey guys.
Hey, Sean.
Glad to have you back. Just curious if you're going to be doing anything more with Panama. Love the products. Was just curious." So 2 Panama questions in one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to answer both of these. I don't know about the Shaman, Colin. They do have their like mini. Is it the Fuego? El Fuego. I don't know. They're having a mini version of their 100-watt head. I think that they're probably going to be around $500, something like that. So I'm interested in getting one of those. As far as Sean's question, we've gotten some of their cabs in, which have been fantastic. I really like the quality of the cabs.
Pretty. Oh my gosh.
So pretty. Sean's actually bought 2 of them.
So pretty.
When it comes to the amps, one of the things that I've learned in the last several years is when you have a brand new company on the marketplace, sometimes it's good to give them some time to work out the kinks, like in logistics and deliveries and things like that, because I've learned a few lessons in my years with brand new companies. You know, they're fresh on the marketplace, and so sometimes delivering is new for them too, working out the kinks of things. So
Right.
I've learned to give some time to let things kind of roll along before I jump into some things. So the short answer is, yeah, we're going to do some stuff with Panama. I just kind of been biding my time a little bit, being cautious. My good friend Ike over at Flipside Music, he's been doing pretty well with the Panama stuff. He's been moving with it, and you know, I like to just kind of listen to other people and see how it is. We're working with companies, and that kind of stuff.
Get some feedback, and it's been good. So we're just waiting.
Because we're small, and and we need to work with companies that are as easy to work with as possible for it to be for us. So yeah, I definitely want to get some of the amps in, Colin and Sean. Yep, we will get some more stuff. We're just kind of we're easing into it, dipping our toes in.
Easing.
So there's 2 questions in one. All right. Let's see. Here's one from 63 Tim Fred. It says, "Hi Ryan and Angela, howdy from down under. Crikey. I love down under. Hello." I hope Pat's laughing at that.
I know.
How long do you think manufacturers in the USA can continue when competition from Asia and other places are producing such great guitars at half the price? Cheers, Tim.
Question.
I don't think there's much competition, really. I don't think the American guitar manufacturers really have anything to worry about, because you have Gibson, Fender, PRS, and they have history and heritage that no really Far Eastern company has, other than maybe ESP. So I think they're not only going to compete, they're going to stay probably at the top of the game for quite a long time. So somebody's calling you. Because people will always want higher end guitars. There's always a demographic for that. So I think there will always be American guitar manufacturers.
Right.
So now not everybody buys them, but just like not everybody buys imports either.
On the other side.
Yeah.
There's always going to be a need. There's always going to be people that are hardcore one way or the other. So I don't think that it's going to ever slack. So.
Yeah, well, I think there's always people who want to buy local in a way. And now, and here's an interesting point. You have companies like CMG Guitars, Chris Mitchell Guitars, who we're a dealer for, who are American made, and they're bringing in guitars that are at a price point that competes directly with these import guitars you're talking about.
Right.
And they do pretty well. We just sold one a couple days ago. So I don't really think, I think it's not going to really hurt them that much. So thanks 63 Tim Fred. All right.
Yeah.
We got 8.5 minutes. We got one question, time for one more. You pick. All right. Just having trouble with my timer. Technical difficulties. We got one more question. I'm excited about this one. From Brendan Grant, B-Man. Says, "Hey y'all, love the RNA videos. Keep up the good work. You mentioned Washburn Guitars, and that got me thinking. So many people talk about how great Washburn guitars are. So why don't we see them, especially their electrics, played or talked about in the marketplace that much compared to some other brands? Could it be the market is flooded and they get lost in the shuffle? They don't have as big an artist roster or do as much advertising? Thanks."
There you go.
Great question, because I am quite a fan of Washburn electrics, particularly, but they make some awesome acoustics, don't they?
Yeah, they do. We sell quite a few of them.
A lot of Washburn acoustics.
We do.
I think it's. I think you're on the right track. It's a couple of things. I think it's all of that stuff combined. Now, Washburn U.S. Music has changed ownership a couple of at least once in the last 5 or 6 years.
Sure.
And so Rudy Schlacker, who was the CEO before, is no longer with the company.
Nice name.
I know, Rudy Schlacker. Great guy. Anyways, he did a great job running the company. I think changing ownerships has affected it a little bit. They don't have as many like top tier A-level artists as they used to. Now Nuno Betancourt still plays Washburns, but you know, as far as the broadest scene of music, not everybody knows who Nuno is, even though us guitar players do. So they don't really have any top tier artists at the moment necessarily. Stu Ham, but he's a bass player, and nobody cares about bass players.
Whatever.
I mean, I do, but you know. Anyway, so I think that's part of it. I also think on the marketing front, they've always been probably a little bit behind pushing the guitars because they make some great guitars. But if you have a great product and you don't market it effectively, it doesn't really help anything.
Right.
So you got to put your product out there.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do. And the market is flooded. There are a lot of guitars out there.
There are.
A lot of companies out there who are aggressively marketing their product. Now, they did come out with the new Parallax stuff like a year or two ago, and they've embraced guys like Ola England, who's a YouTube guy, and they are making some changes with their Parallax line, and that's starting to kind of gain some traction, mostly in the metal scene. But you know, I think it's all those things. Not a lot of top tier artists.
There you go.
I don't think the company's pushing it hard enough.
Yeah.
But the guitars are great. I love them. I have
A lot.
6 Washburn idols. So, but yeah, thanks for the question, man.
There you go.
No Dimebag Daryl anymore. Dimebag was really, really good for them back in the day. But yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
God bless him. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you so much. Trying to stay on track. Keep it concise.
Yes.
Because we gotta teach.
Get the flow.
We gotta teach a guitar lesson like in 5 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much, and girls, so much for your questions. If you have a question, leave it below. We're going to pull from each week's questions, whatever we don't get to for next week, and try to get to as many as we can. So, thank you all so much. Keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Wheelie, wheelie, wheelie.
Wheelie wee. Tap my coils.
Tap those coils.
Boards.
Chair legs are in the way.
Super chairs.
Bumper chairs.